broadcast is brought to you by the following community sponsors.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home, they support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. Battlefield Automotive, willing to take your trade and offer up to 125% of Kelley Blue Book Fair Trade value, along with a free trade appraisal. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371.
All right, Mr. Deal, we got the Eastern View Cyclones.
Eastern View Cyclones. Head coach Patrick Thornhill and assistant coach Jerome Pollard. A junior, number 0, Darius Stafford. Like I mentioned earlier, he's a transfer from Riverbend in Fredericksburg. Number 2, Tyree Webster. Fantastic young man. He helps me with my basketball camp, Donnie.
Good man.
Then we got Jace Jackson, one of the leaders on the team. Montreal Street, number 12. And number 24, Jimmy Waters, the Draymond Green of the team.
All right. We're just about set to go. We welcome everybody to our broadcast, the first one of the 2022-23 season. And we hope we'll have some good basketball. If you look at this on paper, I would say that Eastern View would probably be the favorite, but until that ball is put into play, you never know.
You never know.
Just about set to go. It'll be Martinez jumping against Waters.
Donnie, they are missing. Remember Amari Robinson from last year?
Yep.
He transferred to the Blue Ridge School. He was a good ball player.
Well, you have to play with what you got in the public schools.
Yes, you do.
You cannot recruit. Tap goes to St. Michael's. Harmon. Working it into the corner. Martinez with a 12-footer, 15-footer probably. 2-0 St. Michael's. Patrick Thornhill hoping for no miracles here tonight for St. Michael's.
St. Michael in a man-to-man.
3-point shot outside, no good. Martinez had it and lost it. Long shot outside will not go. And Eastern View comes down with the basketball. Webster down low. Chase Jackson, no. Rebound comes down to St. Michael's. Knocked out of bounds, and it will belong to the Warriors. Just underway. 2-0. St. Michael is leading Eastern View. Martinez backs up. Jump shot no good. Rebound comes down to Eastern View. Stafford outside. Waters. Jackson on the perimeter. Down low. Nice pass under there. And we got a whistle. Foul is going to be called on Antonio O'Donnell. Foul on the floor, not a shooting foul. Jackson throws it in. And I think...
Force out.
Yeah. So the ball turns back over. 6:35 to go. first period, and a scramble. 0-0 down there. I don't think you're going to get it away from him. He's got to be a football player.
Yeah,
Juan Price.
I think Eastern View is in a matchup zone, man-to-man zone. Trying to figure out what defense they're in. That's what it looked like they were in. Good pass.
Waters has it blocked. St. Michael's going the other way, double teamed outside. Almost a steal. Price into the corner. 15-footer is good. O'Donnell with his first basket.
I think Eastern View needs to calm down a little bit and swing the ball and get in rhythm.
Martinez up. Can't get the roll. Kicked around, and Eastern View has it. Jackson, three-pointer will not go. And Jackson almost had a steal there, but couldn't quite. Long three-pointer outside by Harmon. A lot of...
Yeah, they're playing out of control right now.
Yeah, they're playing a little run-and-gun basketball here. This is kind of like down at the playground at Yalmetta Park.
Yeah, when I came and watched them play Fauquier, they were more not so much in fast motion and setting the ball up. And they need to run, but they also need to work and get in some type of rhythm here.
Darius Stafford at the line hits the first, and Eastern View is on the board, trailing 4-1. You watch the Virginia game last night?
No, I don't get the ACC network.
They missed so many free throws. They shot just barely 50% from the line. And Stafford got that one on the roll.
Yeah, I figured we'd see a press. I didn't know if it was going to be full court press or a three-quarter press. Looks like they've gone to the full court press.
St. Michael's beats it, but then Price knocked it out of bounds down at the near the basket.
So that's one way of playing in fast motion is go ahead and press.
Long shot outside, won't go. Scramble for the ball and almost saved in, but not quite. Montreal Street giving it his best. Under 5 minutes to go. Jaden Stewart will throw it in for St. Michael's. Working against the press with J.T. Harmon. Stewart looking for a pick, didn't get it. Harmon stops and fires, got it. Three-pointer, 7-2, St. Michael's. From the corner, three-pointer is good. Tyree Webster. And we got a timeout on the floor. With timeout, we will pause for this message.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community sponsors.
Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found in Sons, 825-3530. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, 825-8371.
It is 7-5. The Eastern View Cyclones are trailing the St. Michael's team from Fredericksburg. And as we get ready to go back into action, Harmon takes the ball on the outside, flips it in the corner.
I think Eastern View's gone to a 2-3 zone now, Donnie.
Well, they had to get a little bit more under control. There's Martinez, can't get that shot to go.
It's a good pass.
Webster for two, nice pass. We're tied at 7. Price got it. Loose ball on the floor. 9-7 St. Michael. Stafford kicks it out. Jace Jackson stops and fires a little bit on the long side. Waters. Stafford driving. No call there. The basket goes, but I kind of figured they would give him a foul on that.
Yeah, I thought he leaned into him a little bit that time. The defensive person. I agree with you, Donnie.
9-9 our score. 3:15 to go first period. And we got I'm not sure it was a traveling violation or he stepped out of bounds.
I think the ball hit out of bounds. He tried that one-handed catch instead of catching it with two hands, and it slipped by him and hit the out of bounds marker. I like to see Eastern View swing it a little bit here and get in rhythm. Just get everybody some touches. There you go.
Clancy, and a steal there. Clancy is in the ball game now for Eastern View. Remember him from JV team last year.
Yeah.
Three-pointer outside.
There's your shooter right there,
Antonio O'Donnell.
Gonna have to stick on him.
12-9. St. Michael is back up. Clancy missed it. Follow-up is no good. Rebound kicked around. Martinez brings it down. Into the corner. O'Donnell missed it. Price, he covers a lot of ground in that inside. Juan Price, and we got a whistle. I think we're going to be called on Waters here.
I think it was on Price.
Oh, okay.
Price is a large young man, but he can jump pretty good. I saw him dunk it in warm-ups, Donnie.
12-9 St. Michael. Stafford gets it into Jackson. Nice little move there by Jackson.
That was a
nice move.
That was a good pick on the wing there to get him open for that shot inside.
12-11. Under 2 minutes to go, first period. O'Donnell. Good defense. And a steal. That good defense paid off. Darius Stafford goes in for two. 13-12, Eastern View with the lead for the first time, and a steal.
Very nice.
Jace Jackson all the way. 15-12, minute 24 to go. And a thrown away ball. 1:11 to go. We got a ball game here now. Eastern View starting to assert itself.
Well, Eastern View is guard heavy, and it's showing with these steals that they're coming up with.
Jace Jackson kicks it out. Clancy. Into the corner. Jackson is open. Got it.
Got it.
That's a three.
Jace Jackson can shoot the ball. Remember him from last year,
Oh,
Donnie?
yeah.
He has a good stroke.
45 seconds left. O'Donnell for three. Off the mark, Clancy down with 28 seconds out of bounds. Clancy couldn't quite hold on to it.
But that, you see how he dropped down and rebounded there, Donnie? That's what you got to do when you're guard heavy. Everybody's got to go to the boards, and you really can't have anybody leaking out because you're undersized.
Right. Eastern View does not have the great height, but they have quickness. O'Donnell down low, Martinez up and in. 18-14. And a three by Tyree Webster.
Tyree's been shooting some hoops out at the new field house, and it shows tonight. He's been getting some practice in.
Martinez. Price will not get it up and in as the first quarter comes to an end with a score. Eastern View 21, St. Michael's the Archangel 14. You're watching Eastern View basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community sponsors.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home, they support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. Battlefield Automotive, willing to take your trade and offer up to 125% of Kelly Blue Book Fair Trade value, along with a free trade appraisal. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371.
Well, Gary Deal, the Eastern View Cyclones had a little bit of a slow time putting it together here at first, but now they're up 21-14 after trailing much of the first quarter over St. Michael.
Yeah, there's been a little intensity here with the defense on Eastern View's part, and they get some turnovers and turning them into baskets.
O'Donnell has the ball almost taken away by Stafford, who pleaded with the official to give him the ball. He thought the other guy knocked it out of bounds, but he didn't.
Eastern View's turned up the heat on defense, Donnie.
They have. And that's what's changed the complexion of this game.
Yes.
Outside O'Donnell, gets into the lane. Was it touched last by Waters? No.
I think it was, but I think the referee didn't see it.
Well.
Because I saw a little smile from Waters going back down the court.
They all even out.
Yep.
Jace Jackson, nice move on the baseline.
I can already tell that Jace Jackson has improved some from last year.
I thought Jace Jackson was a good kid last year. He really played well, I thought, in certain situations.
He was strictly an outside shooter, I thought, last year, and now he's taking it to the hoop, too.
Well, he's a year older.
Yes.
O'Donnell with three. Waters puts it up. No. Follow up by Jackson. Can't get it. Stewart. Martinez, flat-footed, puts it up, and it showed. Saved in by Waters. Webster. Jackson outside. Stafford for two. Darius Stafford.
That was good ball movement that time, Donnie.
Absolutely. That is what you got to do to get open.
That's what I saw against Fauquier, and I like seeing that.
Another steal. Webster for two more. 27-17. 10-point lead for Eastern View. Martinez. Stewart. In and out. Clancy. From the corner, a three. Tyree Webster.
Tyree's feeling it tonight.
30-17. And we got a whistle. A little bit of a timeout here. And while we got timeout, we will remind you about one of our sponsors, UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial wealth of our members and the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org. Quarter shot is good. Camden Roy. And now we got a timeout on the floor, and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community sponsors.
Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found in Sons, 825-3530. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, 825-8371.
5 minutes and 32 seconds left to go in the first half, and the Eastern View Cyclones have taken control of this ball game, leading 33-17 after a slow start. Defense has brought them back, Gary.
Yeah, it has. And I'll tell you one other player that I'm impressed with tonight and has improved some is Jace Clancy. He's in there, and he's not trying to do too much. He's still young, and he's playing within himself and just trying to fit in with the other more experienced players, and I like the way he's playing tonight, Donnie.
Well, he's young and he'll come along, and that's what you need. You got to bring these young kids along and fit them in there and give them some experience. Stewart brings it down for St. Michael's. Darius Stafford right on him from the corner. Shot is no good. Price up, and he is fouled.
That's a good foul.
Well, it's hard to get close to him. He's so big. So you're not going to block too many shots.
That's a good foul, though. I like that foul versus just giving up an easy two. Make him earn it at the free throw line.
He'll have two, and he cans the first one right over the front rim. 33-18.
I wish my Wizards would do more of that instead of just letting them have a free run at the basket.
Missed the second one. Clancy, drive, missed it. Scramble for the ball, another steal. Darius Stafford leads it ahead to Clancy, who has it stripped. And the officials say the ball went off out of Clancy, so it will turn over to St. Michael's. Full court. Pressure by Stafford now. Everybody else is back. Joshua Mercer comes in for, or excuse me, Joshua Jackson comes in for St. Michael's. Ooh, almost a walk there. Wasn't called, up and down. Scramble for the loose ball. Martinez had it, put it back up, and he is fouled. Four minutes and 35 seconds to go here in the first half. Eastern View on top 33-18. Glad you joined us tonight. Martinez cans the first one, and he'll have a second. Stafford goes out of the ball game, gets a break.
Tyree Webster comes back in.
And second shot is up and good by Martinez. 33-20. They had to put that other one up when I mentioned the 18. Webster, whoa, downtown Charlie Brown. And Jace stepped on the line there. And the ball will turn over.
Lambier's back in the game. Not everybody knows who Lambier is. They're not as old as us, Donnie.
I do. Martinez can't make it go.
There he
and
is.
A nice block there by Waters.
We call it Draymond Green, and everybody knows who Draymond Green is, right?
I don't. Waters up, can't get it to go.
Good hustle,
nice
though.
Hustle there, shot up again and won't go. And we got a whistle and a foul on somebody.
Montreal, he rushed that shot. See, that's what take your time on those stick backs and finish the shot.
In it comes to Waters.
Walk there.
Just a little walk. That wasn't a very bad one. Well, I wouldn't have called that. He's a good kid. You got to give him a break. I tell you, Eastern View is playing some defense. And there is Waters again, coming down with that basketball.
Playing patient. I like that. I like Tyree out there with that ball.
Roy.
Got his head up, playing patient, looking for the shooter.
Jackson couldn't get that one, but the rebound comes down to Eastern View.
Great pass.
Nice pass down, and Jace Jackson puts an easy one in. 35-20. And touch last by Webster. Now Darius Stafford will come back in. Jace Jackson will get a rest for Eastern View.
You know, I think Eastern View's probably got 4 or 5 point guards on the team.
They do.
They're very guard heavy, but they play well together. They know the game, and they have a good core.
O'Donnell for 3, no. Way down.
Good
Roy
pass.
had it, and he is fouled. Foul's going to be called on Antonio O'Donnell. Under 3 minutes to go, first half.
Camden should have got that ball. As soon as he touched it, just flipped it right over to Waters, and it would have been 2 before he got fouled. He'll learn that, though.
Roy outside. Down the lane. Stafford can't hit it. The other way it goes. 10-footer up and in by Jaden Stewart. Darius Stafford for 3. Got it. 38-22. Still 2:35 to go in the first half. O'Donnell way outside. Eastern View had 3 men there. St. Michael had nobody. Stewart missed that. Stafford missed that. St. Michael the other way. Easy one by O'Donnell. Nobody got back for Eastern View on that one. And there's Waters. Great pass inside. 40-24. Stewart. From the corner, 3-pointer. Antonio O'Donnell. 40-27.
Tyree's got to get over there on that number 5 quicker than that. He's got to know where that shooter is. He is one of the best shooters on that St. Michael team.
Yes, he is.
You got to find him.
From the corner, no good. Rebound. Oh, Eastern View almost had it. Let it get away. Jace Clancy will throw it in. Clancy, Stafford, Roy, Jace Jackson, and Tyree Webster over here. That's the 5 in right now. Knocked out of bounds by O'Donnell.
All guards, Donnie.
Well, you know, I've seen a lot of teams in the high school teams in the past play with all guards, but you got to be quick and hope you're not playing a team with a 6'7" guy.
Well, I mean, in today's game, you don't see many bigs that are really skilled enough to dominate a game anyway. So
Camden Roy for 3, 43-27. Martinez with the turnaround, no good. Webster almost had his pocket picked. Roy. Clancy looking inside, can't find anybody. Clancy will take a 3, can't hit it. Under 30 seconds to go. Eastern View coming down with 20. Clancy, nice move, but he is having a hard time finding anything.
Well, he's young and he's rushing his shot when on the release just a little bit. He's got to slow down a little bit and pause on that release and concentrate. Once he learns how to do that, he'll be a lot better shooter and finisher.
Shot is up, and the first half comes to an end with the Eastern View Cyclones leading St. Michael by a score of 43-27. We'll take a halftime break, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. You're watching Eastern View Cyclone basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community sponsors.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home, they support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. Battlefield Automotive, willing to take your trade and offer up to 125% of Kelly Blue Book Fair Trade value, along with a free trade appraisal. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371.
We are back after our halftime break and ready to go. 43-27, Eastern View leading as we're beginning play in the third quarter. Kyrie Webster. (46-27).
Darius Stafford bringing the ball up the court, taking it right down the middle for two. Very nice.
Excuse me, everybody. I had a little coughing fit there.
That was after that hot dog you ate.
Hot dog went down the wrong way. I guarantee you that's exactly what happened. O'Donnell shot outside, no good. Ball out of bounds. Tapped out by Eastern View.
Got Antonio O'Donnell bringing the ball in.
Martinez down the lane. Nice move there. He got in for an easy bucket. .701 to go in the third period. Webster can't get that one, but Waters is right there. It gives it off to Stafford. Foul, but the basket will not count. Jace Jackson will throw it in. Waters. Nice pass in there. Jackson open, can't get the shot. Waters right there again. Throws it into a crowd. Scramble, and Waters comes up again. That kid really scrambles for the ball.
They're giving Tyree those shots, and I'm surprised that St. Michael's not finding him.
And he's starting to hit them.
Yeah, he's been hitting them the whole game. He started out hot.
And a steal. Webster. Waters is fouled and will shoot two.
Tyree's really playing well tonight. He's got his head up coming down the court with the basketball, made a good pass, a little pocket pass to Waters that time. Playing well.
Waters at the line now. Will shoot a pair. First one is good.
I think Eastern View Donnie is going to only get better as they play more games, and if they can rebound and cut down on their turnovers.
Well, they're going to have to play fast.
They're going to have a decent team this year.
Well, I think they'll be all right. They'll be 500 or better, for sure. And you don't know what the rest of the district has. So, the big man takes a shot from the corner, and that's a little bit out of his range, but Martinez is right there, puts it up. He didn't get the basket, but he drew the foul from Waters. .5:55 to go in the third period. 52-29, Eastern View leading. Martinez puts the first one in.
You'd be surprised how well a team can play if they know how to move the ball and they know how to play the game. So for the Eastern View with 5 guards, if they know how to play and they know how to rebound and everybody goes to the boards, they can have a really good year.
And all these guys are good jumpers, so they can get in there and rebound. Webster can't get that one.
Good pass.
Waters, nice pass.
Good pass by Montreal. Sweet that time.
Price moving in. Can't get it. Nice play in there by Waters. O'Donnell will throw it in for St. Michael's. Martinez kicks it out. Waters right on Martinez. And now Martinez snakes his way in there among 3 players and gets it in. How many points does Martinez have tonight, Gary?
11. I got him for 11, Donnie.
3-pointer outside, no good by Jackson. Stafford for 3. Darius Stafford.
$16 for Stafford tonight.
Stewart outside for 3.
Got 19 for Tyree Webster.
57-36, and Webster gets 2 more, and he is fouled. (59-36). Eastern View now leading by 23. And Tyree Webster will go to the line to try to complete a 3-point play. And he does. 60-36.
I'm telling you that shooting out the field house is helping his game a little bit, Donnie. He's looking good tonight.
Stewart miss. Webster the other way, all the way for the basket and the foul. And it's just, they're eating them up now. 62-36. Watching O'Donnell come back here down into the backcourt for Eastern View, and he just kind of looked, his expression on his face like, what's happening, man?
Yeah, I got Tyree now with 24 points.
And there is a big difference between some of these small private schools and a public high school. Eastern View the other way. Stafford will go down the lane. He can't get it to go. And O'Donnell clears. We get back into that running good now. As O'Donnell takes a 3, and that's no good. Jace Jackson has it. Eastern View probably needs to settle it down just a little bit here. They're getting a little hook shot there. Little
I like
Kareem
that.
Abdul.
I like that.
And good 12-footer over there by J.T. Harmon.
Yeah, I think Coach Thornhill needs to settle them down, let them work the ball a little bit, swing it around, because they're getting out of hand right now. And you start looking bad, Donnie, when you get like this. You want to always look good on the court.
I know you always did.
You know, it's like Agassi said, image is everything, right?
deal you won't do.
You know, Donnie, I had a comment today because I put it out there that we were doing a game tonight, the first game, and Charles Jameson said, 2 old pros. And then I had to respond. I said,
How do we want to hear this?
there's old and there's real old. And you know who I was talking about.
I know who you were talking about. I get no respect. Never have from you. All right, we got a 62-38 ball game here, so we're kind of wandering off a little bit. Martinez goes down. Oh, this guy can play the game.
Yep.
He is a good inside player. Clancy, he got one. Is that his first 2?
Yes, it is.
It is. Well, that's great.
And he concentrated a little bit more with that finish that time. He didn't jerk it or have his head down, not looking at the target. He focused a little more that time and slowed down a little bit on the finish.
Foul underneath is going to be, I think, on Price. And the ball will turn over to Eastern View. 2:22 to go in the third period.
Once Clancy learns how to, that release point, and like I said earlier, pauses a little bit and focuses on the target.
Webster short.
He's going to really improve the shooting.
Whistle, and I'm not sure who that foul was called on. Offensive foul on somebody. See if they put it up. Foul is on Sean Somerville over there doing the clock, as he always does. Well, you talk about Eastern View, they're only going to get better because they still got DeMayo Hunter, who will be back next week if all goes well.
Another guard.
Yeah. Martinez at the free throw line. He's having a good night. He had 25 the last game. Missed that one. As we alluded to earlier, Virginia could not buy a free throw last night. I've never seen Virginia shoot that bad from the free throw line. In and out. I thought that was going down. Martinez clears it, gets it out. O'Donnell missed it. He goes down hard. Foul is called. And let's see if he's okay. He's walking it off. And he's coming to the free throw line. Webster will go out. Joshua Suardo will come in. Sewador. I always get this kid's name mixed up. Joshua Sewador. O'Donnell at the line. Way off the front edge. Waters back in. Roy back in. Montreal Street back in. And Jace Jackson apparently has some blood on his uniform, so he will go to the sideline to get it cleaned up. And Roy will come back in, Camden Roy. O'Donnell at the line for St. Michael's. Didn't quite go over the back, but cleared by Waters. And a steal. And another steal the other way. Tyree Webster going through traffic. And a foul is called, and they needed Eastern to get a little bit out of sync here all of a sudden.
Yeah. I like Darius Stafford's game because I like his aggressiveness going to the basket, but sometimes he is a little bit out of control and needs to pick and choose a little bit more, I think, when he takes it to the hoop versus setting the ball up and working it, swinging the ball.
Webster will toss it in, gets it in to Darius Stafford. Roy brings it out.
I think Coach Thornhill is mandating now that they get a few more touches before they shoot the ball.
Roy can't get the shot to go. Stewart down low. Price and foul on the floor. I think it's going to be on Montreal Street. One minute and 4 seconds left to go in the third period. Eastern View well in command. And a steal. Waters driving out of control.
Yeah.
Lost the ball.
That's where you really got to know your capabilities, Donnie, and slow it down a little bit. You had 4-on-1. Just slow it down. Hesitate a little bit and look to pass.
And Waters is the one man on the floor who is not a true guard.
Exactly, yeah. He'll learn.
Martinez can't get it to go. There's Roy, who brings it out, slows it down. Down low, straight. Oh, he had the shot. Didn't take it. Presence of Price there. Kind of backed him off. Three-pointer.
Jimmy Waters got quite a few rebounds tonight, and he's going to need to do that all season long.
Offense and defense. Shot at the buzzer, no good. Third quarter comes to an end with a score. Eastern View 66 and the St. Michael, the Archangel Warriors 42. We'll be back in just a moment with the final quarter of tonight's ball game. You're watching Eastern View Cyclone basketball with the Culpeper Media Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community sponsors.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home, they support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. Battlefield Automotive, willing to take your trade and offer up to 125% of Kelly Blue Book Fair Trade value, along with a free trade appraisal. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371.
66-42 is our score as we get ready for the final 8 minutes of basketball tonight. St. Michael's trailing, Eastern View on top. Price, little 10-footer, puts it in. 66-44. Roy, and he walked.
That St. Michael team has some good players, Donnie, and
but they don't have the depth, and that's what you find in a lot of these small private schools. They just don't have the depth. O'Donnell is a good ball player, and Martinez is a good ball player, but after that, they really don't have.
They don't have the quickness and the athletic ability that Eastern View has.
Oh, no. Well, Eastern View has so many more kids to choose from, too. Outside shot by Roy. And that's going to be a walk called on him. Will not count. Fans behind us are not thrilled about that call. Price. He made one. He can't make the other one. And a steal. Nice takeaway there by Stafford, who dumps it off to Waters for two.
Good pass.
Nice pass. Unselfish pass there by Darius Stafford, because he could have taken that right in. Oh, man, what a shot there by J.T. Harmon. 68-50. Jackson missed everything. Harmon takes another, and he got it, and he got fouled.
He's feeling it, Donnie.
Woo! That's more than feeling it, man. That's like something you would take.
He's feeling it.
Except he made it. And we have a timeout. Timeout on the floor. And we will have time in for this message. You're watching Eastern View Cyclone basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community sponsors.
Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found in Sons, 825-3530. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, 825-8371.
68-53 is our score. The Eastern View Cyclones are leading the St. Michael, the Archangel Warriors. And while we got this moment waiting for the teams to come back on, we'll remind you about UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial wealth of our members and the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org.
Hey, Donnie, I want to remind everyone out there tonight that we'll be doing this again tomorrow night with the CCHS girls are playing.
J.T. Harmon missed that shot, but Martinez got the rebound for St. Michael's. Martinez down the lane amongst four players. Got the shot off but couldn't make it. Follow-up is no good. And Waters right there for another rebound. Jace Jackson, nice little move along the baseline.
And see, that was a good pass by Stafford that time versus going in between two or three people trying to score himself. That was a very nice pass.
St. Michael's can't make it. Jackson has an opening, and he is fouled.
They Eastern View has a kind of a big three, it looks like, for scoring-wise. Jace Jackson, Darius Stafford, and Tyree Webster. I'm just wondering, I'm thinking that they may be the big three for during the season from a scoring standpoint. And Jimmy Waters rebounding and stickbacks and playing tough inside.
And that's the way Waters played last year. And the one kid we haven't heard a whole lot from tonight is Montreal Street. I think he'll end up playing a lot better basketball this year and a lot more basketball. And of course we got DeMayo Hunter coming back next week, so that will help. Apparently a lane violation here, and one shot for, no, he missed the first one. One shot more for Jace Jackson. Got it. 71-53. 19-point lead, or 18-point lead, excuse me. Oh, man, this kid is firing from outside. Stewart couldn't hit it. There goes Price, working in, can't do it. Tap up and in by Martinez. That kid can play some basketball. And nice hand in there by Stewart. Or rather by Harmon.
I think Thornhill would probably like to empty his bench and play some of the subs, but the game's got a little bit too close. He can't do it.
Webster. Into the middle, Waters. Down low, nice move. Clancy missed it, didn't finish. Up and in. Jaden Stewart. 71-57. Clancy.
I think if they score here, Donnie, I think Coach Thornhill's going to have to call a timeout. Didn't score.
That was an air ball. Nobody, that was not even close. Webster. And that's 2 air balls in a row. I think you're right. Yeah, but the foul is called. And coming to the other end, it's going to be Martinez at the line. And the foul was called on. I'm not sure who the foul was called on.
See, when you're up 15 points with 4 minutes to go in the game, it's a good time just to be patient and look for a good shot and not rush anything. And they've been rushing. Eastern View's been rushing here. And,
but the tendency of kids, though, is to just keep scoring. You know, run the score up.
Well, you can't do that. And
well,
I think Coach Thornhill's going to have to call a timeout probably if they keep doing that, because it's only 14-point game, 14-point lead.
Right. It catches up to you. And Harmon will go to the line to shoot 3 as he is fouled. 4:09 to go, and what was a 21-point lead is now, as you said, dwindled into a 14-point lead for Eastern View. Harmon missed the first. Missed the second. And this is not what you want to do when you try to come back from 14.
No. And he's a pretty good shooter. He's just missing some foul shots.
1 out of 3. And that's not good, because Meatloaf said 2 out of 3 ain't bad. 4:09 to go, 71-58 is our score. Eastern View leading, and we will be back in 30 seconds.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community sponsors.
Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found & Sons, 825-3530. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, 825-8371.
4:09 to go in this ball game, 71-58. Eastern View is leading by 13 points. It was Gary Deal about a 20-point lead just a little while ago, but St. Michael's has inched away back.
Well, and Coach Thornhill called a timeout, so let's see if they come out and be a little more patient, work the ball a little bit better, and try to find the right shot, an exceptional shot. And St. Michael's going to press, it looks like, to try to keep the game speed up. But let's see if they set up and try to work the ball.
I think that will work to Eastern View's advantage because they have a lot of quickness. But we'll see. Stafford missed it. No, he didn't. It went back in. That ball came out, and went back in.
But that was a good shot. That was the right shot.
And that was a weird pass. And that's going to end up with 2 points for Jace Jackson.
And if I'm the coach of St. Michael, I'm taking him out of the game right there.
That
with
was
that pass.
not. That was behind the neck pass. Is not a good pass.
He wouldn't be doing that again the rest of the year, I could tell you, if I was coaching.
Martinez can't get it.
Yep, they're slowing it down. There you go. Run some clock.
Webster works his way in. Knocked out of bounds. And Webster is hurt. He gets up. I think he's going to be okay. He went down hard. And Webster will go to, well, let's see, no. It's going to be St. Michael's ball. There was no foul call. Dante Jackson will throw it in. O'Donnell setting up before he goes across the timeline. And Harmon lost the ball in backcourt. Turnover. Coming down on 3 minutes in this ball game, 75-58, Eastern View on top. Waters. And another ill-advised pass. O'Donnell. That was an NBA walk right there. I mean, it was a walk. There's no question about that. But in the NBA, you get 3 more steps after that, too. Waters. And Thornhill will call timeout. While we got timeout on the floor, we will remind you about UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial wealth of our members and the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org. Well, what do you think so far, Mr. Deal? I think Eastern View has the makings of a good ball club this year.
Yeah, I do too. And basically, I'm seeing what I expected before the game. Fast-paced game, and Eastern View has turned up the speed of the game and used their athletic ability. And like we said, they're guard-heavy, and they're going to have to do that all season. And if they can rebound and everybody go to the boards and rebound during the game to make up for that lack of size, I think they're going to be, and make some shots, I think they're going to be good.
John Avery texted me the other day, and there are fans out there who will recognize this. They have named the court over on at Turner Ashby for Larry Pence. Larry Pence was the coach of Turner Ashby during the infamous Pee Wee Chapman game. He was coach over there for a long time. Great guy, and certainly much deserved. So the Turner Ashby court will now be Larry Pence court. And there are some people who will remember Larry.
Well, and tomorrow night we'll get to play on, get to broadcast the game on the John Averett court at CCHS. We got that named after Coach Averett last year, and well deserved.
Martinez is having a hot night. How many's he got here now, Gary?
I got him for 19, Donnie.
Almost a steal there. O'Donnell is called for the foul. Jace Jackson will go to the line. That's the 8th team foul, so it's still 1-1. Culpeper, Eastern View has 9 team fouls, so the next time they commit a team foul, it'll be the double bonus. Jace Jackson. Got it.
I got Jace for 17 and Tyree Repster for 26.
That's a good night, 26 points.
I got Darius Stafford for 20.
78-62. Here's our score. Minute 45 to go. Harmon, way out of control, but he drew the foul.
You don't want to foul now. You want to put your hands up, play good defense, move your feet, but you don't want to reach and foul. You want to get this game over and move on to the next one.
17-point lead. Yeah, it's minute 38 to go. Harmon puts the first one in.
13 for Harmon.
And 14. 79 to 64. Stafford all the way and missed it. Martinez driving. Martinez kid is a good ball player. That puts him over 20 points. And we got a timeout on the floor, 30-second timeout. And with timeout on the floor, we will come back in about 30 seconds.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community sponsors.
Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found in Sons, 825-3530. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, 825-8371.
1 minute and 23 seconds remain in this ball game. Eastern View well in command, 79 to 66 over St. Michael's, Fredericksburg.
I think, Donnie, Coach Thornhill was a little disappointed in that last sequence where Darius Stafford, took the ball to the hoop and versus, working the ball and trying to get this game over with. So
Webster puts in two more. That's, 28 for him?
Yes.
Martinez misses. Clancy. Nice move in there. Got his defender up, put it in.
Jace has had a good game tonight.
He has. He will get his points. And we got a travel call on Martinez. Who can't believe it? 83-66. Webster, two more. That's 30?
Yes, I have Tyree for 30 points tonight.
That's a good night. Harmon over the backboard, and with 28 seconds left, Eastern View will have the ball.
Yep, Tyree Webster's had a heck of a game, and he is a nice young man. Helps me with my basketball camp, like I said earlier, and he's very focused not only with basketball but his future, and I love seeing that. He's going to go a long way in his career, and look forward to see what happens with Tyree Webster.
Eastern View will not try to rub it in and take the last shot. They will let the clock run out, and this game is history. 85-66 is our final score. Eastern View defeats St. Michael's, the Archangel of Fredericksburg. And we'll be back with our post-game show in just a moment. You've been watching Eastern View Cyclone basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community sponsors.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found in Sons, more than a respected funeral home, they support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found in Sons, 825-3530. Battlefield Automotive, willing to take your trade and offer up to 125% of Kelly Blue Book Fair Trade value, along with a free trade appraisal. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371.
85-66, our final score. The Eastern View Cyclones kind of laid it on St. Michael. The Archangel, no miracles tonight for the Catholic school. And you know, St. Michael started out really well, and they, kind of kept it within focus of the first 5 or 6 minutes of the ball game. But after that, it was all Eastern View, Gary Deal.
Yeah, Donnie, what we saw was what I was expecting coming into the game. And when Eastern View went up 20 points, I thought they could stretch it to 30, 35, but St. Michael's hung in there and played well in the fourth quarter, hit some big shots, and Eastern View had to play well at the end of the game to keep the score in the 15, 20-point range.
Well, St. Michael had two good ball players. The Martinez kid is a really good ball player, and O'Donnell, he was good from the outside. They both had some points tonight. I think O'Donnell had,
O'Donnell had 15, Martinez had 20, and Harmon had 14.
Harmon had some miracle shots. He had a couple he had one, and I couldn't believe he made that thing falling down backwards from about half court. But they have a good ball club, and playing the private schools that they play, they'll do okay this year. They're 3-1 now. But Eastern View, hey, man, we were impressed with the scoring on that team. We had, some good scoring, 30 points for Tyree Webster. That's great.
Tyree Webster, the big three really scored well. I think it's going to be, from an offensive standpoint this year, I think they're going to lead Eastern View. Darius Stafford with 20, Jace Jackson with 18, and Tyree Webster with a heck of a game, like you said, with 30 points.
We almost had 3 players with 20 points. You got 18 points there for Jace. 2 more points here and there, and we could have had 3 players with 20 points or more, and that's very unusual for a high school team.
Yes, and let's not forget Jimmy Waters down low, inside, playing aggressive, rebounding, had a good game, played his role. If the players on the Eastern View team play their role this year and play well, like Jace Clancy, do what they can do and no more, I think they're going to have a good team.
I think they'll do fine. And that about wraps it up for tonight. As I said, 85-66, our final score. Eastern View, after the first 5 minutes, just took control and won easily. We will see you tomorrow night over at Culpeper, the girls' game between Culpeper and Fauquier. And until then, we'll bid you a very pleasant good evening and remind you that the final score once again was Eastern View 85, St. Michael the Archangel 66. You've been watching Eastern View Cyclone basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.